Hello and welcome to another episode of PopCulture Reacts. And we are following up from the Vault series from over the festive period.
Yeah.
And bringing back out Run the Jewels. And this time with Ooh La La.
My favourite Run the Jewels song. And I do love Run the Jewels. I think they are amazing. But if I'm ever going to listen to a singular Run the Jewels song, this will be it. And you get that stuff of going like, if you had to save one person who's in your house, who'd you save? If every Run the Jewels song was going to be eradicated out of existence, and I can only keep one, this is the one I'm keeping.
See, this isn't my favourite on the album. My favourite on the album is Just.
Well, you're wrong, but you're welcome to your opinion.
I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying, but for me, it's Just off this album. But Run the Jewels 4 is their best album, and that I will fight someone over.
Partially, I think why this one has so much love for me is it has. I mean, they do so much so well, but one of the things that I love about them is when they get that really kind of heavy boom bap kind of beat to it. Lyrically, they're always brilliant, aren't they? But it is the inclusion of Ooh La La, which is a sample off of by Greg Nice, who will appear in the video, but from Nice and Smooth, which was one of the hip hop bands I listened to tons when I was growing up, and as soon as I heard it and I heard that sample, and it is, I mean, hip hop's always been full of samples, but I love it when the sample is from hip hop. But yeah, it really does speak to me, and it's an absolute banger. No matter what mood I'm in, I put this in, and my mood changes to, I can take on the world.
So, are you ready to fight and run through a wall, Zed?
Yes, I really am, and
you will be when we're done.
Well, and I think as well, video we'll kind of get into that in a minute, but also speaks to a lot of my feelings a lot of the time about the world, burning it down, starting again, and maybe how a lot of us feel in the cost of living crap world that we live in, but with a brilliant beat and some excellent lyrics.
Yes.
Let's go.
So, let's get it on.
I hope this is prophetic and true.
Hey. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Hey. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Hey. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. 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 Ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Jump out of my bed like where the bread. You go hold the egg. Waiter bring the check. When we talk, we collision cars. Keep us in your thoughts. Fully dressed at the crack of dawn. Weapons heading off. I can hear them from the block. See them creeping through the fog. Season's greetings. Now feeding season can start. Oh my God. Look alive. Looking like I live life on a crooked line. Doing fine. You want maximum stupid. I am the guy.
First of all, fuck the fucking law. We is fucking raw. Stay tall. Oysters on the half shell. Sushi bar. Like a bitch. And the pussy fish. Still fuck the raw. I'm a dog. I'm a dirty dog. Ha 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 ha. Oh, dirty bastard. Go in your jaw. Shimmy, shimmy, y'all. Got the semi in the hemi. Go and gimme, y'all. Pugilistic, my linguistics. RJ Ruder damage, y'all. And I rap it, pornographic. Bitch, set up the camera.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee. 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 Come on. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. You covered disruption, I got you covered. I'm busted. My brother's a runner, he crushing, there's no discussion. I used to be Munchkin, I wasn't supposed to be nothing. Y'all fuckers corrupted and up to something disgusting. My pockets are plumper this season, I love to cup 'em. I'm afraid of nothing but nothing, this ain't it something. Warmongers are dumping, a point and click at your pumpkin. You're suffering instructions, so put your kids in the oven.
Fuck a king or queen and all of their lost subjects. I pull my penis out and I piss on their shoes in public. People, we the pirates, the pride of this great republic. No matter what you order, motherfucker, we what you stuck with. I used to love Bruce, but living my vida loca. Help me understand, I'm probably more of a joke. When we usher in chaos, just know that we did it smile. Cannibals on this island, inmates run the asylum.
Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la. DJ Premier. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Ooh la la, ah wee wee. Ooh la la la
RTJ.
Oh, it now makes me want to try and check the rest of the album on.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's what they do so well, isn't it? I think they're almost quite addictive, aren't they? Because you go,
Yeah.
please, more please. Yeah, it's such a tiny thing, but I didn't want it to go unmentioned because I get obsessed with it. At the beginning of the video, when the music starts kicking in, and the helicopter goes over the top, even the rotor blades of the helicopter in the beat of the music, and you just go, so little, but such an amazing little touch, like, and hopefully other people pick up on that. It's not just me being a weirdo, but yeah, I do. I just think that like it's such a classy little add to it.
Yeah, no, I love this. As I said, it's not my favorite on the album. It's not. Yeah, I would fight it with Just being my favorite, but this is a fucking banger.
Yeah.
Killer Mike is just so fucking good on this. I think it's more LP's song,
Yeah,
but Killer Mike, just his flow on this is just fucking amazing.
but isn't that almost like the key to them? Is they work so well together, so it doesn't matter which one of them is I guess like the lead rapper for it. It's the existence of both of them and the difference in their styles and their sound, but also the similarities in their styles and their sound that make them mix so well together. I mean, shit, they're a perfect duo for me. And I like for lyricists and the way that it's delivered, they're really up there for me. Certainly of rappers who are in the game now. But partially because I think their sound is the lyrics are generally very clever and very funny anyway. But it is that delivery for me. They have just such a nice quality to them. And nice is probably not the right word, but like such a good quality to them that it always plays along with the music so well. And the fact that like when they're delivering their lines, there's that consciousness of going, sometimes the words will be delivered as more of a sound effect. So like the ha 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 ha, which goes perfectly at the end of that sentence. And I don't know, I think they just get it so well.
Yeah.
They understand what they're trying to do. And not, I know I said it earlier, there aren't many that are better for me that are currently making stuff than these guys.
Yeah, as I said, you can see why there are a lot of the metalheads are really into Run the Jewel is the obvious comparisons to Rage, because they are probably the newest band that are as politically open and telling world truths since Rage, doing it in a way that you don't have to be living in, some poverty line in LA or something to get it. Like Rage's stuff was all very universal,
yeah,
but political. but it didn't matter if you're in the States or over here or anywhere in the world. You got what that is. It's the same with these guys. Both of them are throwing out truths that are universal truths. There's stuff on this album, "Walking in the Snow," which is the one that gets me. Because obviously this album came out just before the George Floyd thing.
Yeah, I think it was before. Yeah,
and that line in that of "I can't breathe" is it's like foreshadowing and foreboding of what was then going to happen, and it's just like, fuck me.
Maybe we should do this album at some point. If anyone wants us to do the album, because I would, and you sort of say about that kind of social consciousness and having a message, and of course it helps if the message mixes and speaks to your ideologies as well. That makes it a lot easier.
Yes.
And it's that wrapped up in music that would find an audience without the lyrics, and then the lyrics can do their job, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's the sort of thing that if this was at a concert, the crowd would just be swaying, wouldn't it? Because it is quite addictive kind of sounds and beats to it that just make you want to bounce. And whilst you're doing that, the lyrics hit you and you start to, I don't know, mimic them. But even if it's not your way, then you're starting to kind of say that stuff, and I guess you're starting to think that stuff. Fantastic. And that these boys are absolutely brilliant, and they probably make a bit of money without us pushing them. I'm doing all right, but yeah, anyone who doesn't get yourself some Run the Jewels in your life.
And the fact that I'm hoping that they reschedule the dates because Rage had to cancel the back end of their tour because of the bass player getting ill. But Run the Jewels were supporting Rage.
That's a hell of a thing, isn't it?
Take that for a night out.
Yeah.
So
if I wasn't a hermit, I'd go to
that. So as always, like, subscribe, ring the bell. If you want us to do all of RTJ4, down there. If you don't want us to do all of it and just want certain songs, chuck them down there too.
Yes, yeah.
And
any hip hop artists that you think are like Run the Jewels that maybe haven't that might not have come across our out, let us know, because we will react to what you ask us to.
It all goes in the boys' spreadsheet.
The spreadsheet.
So
yeah, how gangster hip hop is that? My spreadsheet.
Put some bling bling on it. It's fine.
Oh yeah. There's some coloured cells. Does that count as bling bling?
Are they fancy colours?
Not really. They're just to remind me that we've done ones when we've done them.
So until next time, goodbye.